Growing a brand on TikTok does not have to be hard, but you do have to be intentional and being strategic. You guys know that I recently talked about how I launched a second account on TikTok so I could be more of my personality, more of all the things Keenya Kelly and not the marketer. And as a result, I'm watching that account grow a lot faster than my business account because that one is way more intentional about the audience than when I first got started on TikTok. And so today on the podcast, we're going to talk about 5 strategies that your brand needs to do and put in place in order to have success on TikTok. Welcome back to another episode of the Keenya Kelly podcast. I am super excited that you're here listening to this and watching me on YouTube to learn all about what you could be doing on the TikTok platform. Obviously, I'm biased, so I'm always going to hype it up. But outside of being biased, these are literal strategies that my clients use on a regular basis and that I use and that I'm specifically using when it comes to creating building up my second account on TikTok. In case you did not know, I have 2 accounts. My main account is Keenya Kelly, which has 490,000 followers. We've been building that for the last 3 years. But then I have a second account, which is called the Keenya Kelly brand. That account is more so focused on me as a person and not me as a marketer. And so I'm able to position myself as an influencer to work with brands in so many different areas versus only those that are in the business type of arena on my main account. And so today I wanted to give you 5 of the strategies that I use on both accounts and that I also use with our private clients. But also, if you have not already done so, I want to invite you to join our 3-day TikTok for Business Challenge for female coaches and course creators. I'm going to be teaching you how to get people to click on the link in your bio and either book a consultation call with you, book a discovery call, join your email list, and or purchase your product and service. And so this challenge is going to be on February 20th through the 22nd, and it's only $7. And so there's a link here on YouTube in the description. And if you're listening on the podcast, there's actually a link in the show notes. So I want you to join that so you can be with me for the next 3 days, starting on February 20th. So let's go ahead and get into it. Some of the things that people say on TikTok all the time is that you don't need to choose a niche, but I need to let's just take TikTok out of the picture. In general, when you have a business, when you're trying to sell a product or service or reach a certain group of people, you have to have some sort of niche. So a person that cooks on TikTok, cooking is their niche or a business. Someone that has hair care products is their business. Someone that is a comedian on TikTok, comedy is their business. And so you have to choose some type of niche to have success in anything, whether that's in your business and or if that's on the TikTok platform. Okay. So let's bring TikTok back into play. The first thing that I wrote down here is that you want to focus on a niche. Okay. You've got to figure out what it is that you're going to be doing on the TikTok platform. Now I'm talking to you business owners. So you already are clear on what it is you do and who you do it for. And so it's really important to know this, that your brand does not have to be somebody different. You don't have to focus on another group of people if you don't want to. You don't have to create a brand new product for the people that are on TikTok because truth be told, there's millions and millions and millions of people on TikTok that are on Instagram and on Facebook or may even have left those platforms for TikTok. And so your same audience is there. It's just you're just creating a little bit different. So you have to make sure that you focus on a niche. We all have heard of Dr. Pimple Popper. And what does he do? He doesn't talk about plastic surgery. You don't see him talking about BBLs. You only see that account if you're interested in Dr. Pimple Popper, watching them pop pimples. That is all you are going to get there, right? So for example, you've got someone like a Tiffany Haddish, whom is a comedian. You're not really going to see Tiffany Haddish for the most part right now in any kind of serious role because she is just so funny and she is naturally funny the way that she is. She just matches in a comedic role. So for you and for your brand, if you are going to have success on TikTok with your brand, you've got to make sure that you are focusing on your niche and focusing on your niche audience. And that is how you are going to have the greatest amount of success, not only with amount of followers, but being able to get your desired result, because your desired result as a brand is leads to your business and to your products and services. That's it. You don't really care if you get to 1 million followers. You really want the people buying your products and services. That is all you want. And the way to do that is you have to focus on your niche. Second thing you want to focus on on is you've got to be intentional about how your content is structured. When people go into the TikTok platform, you've got a second, maybe a second and a half before somebody may scroll away and watch somebody else. You have to think about the beginning, middle, and the ending of your video before you ever hit record. You have to draw people in, okay? Your content has to be structured in a way to where they have this need for you, right? As they're watching you, and they have this need to tell others about who you are and what it is you do and how you can help them. Because a lot of times people don't realize that, one, the reason why videos go viral is because there's some type of draw in from what is happening in that video. And then there's a need because of what happened in that video for people to share out their content to a friend. Now, we don't particularly care about going viral, but my point in saying that is that when people watch our videos, we want to have that like viral type of effect that causes people to be drawn into what it is that we have to say, and that causes them to ask questions, that causes them to have this feeling and belief that you are their problem solver. Oftentimes when I'm teaching people about strategies for increasing revenue in their business and or working with brands or what have you, oftentimes I'm positioning myself in a way with my expertise that I'm good at, but I'm positioning myself in a way where the viewer is saying to themselves, oh my God, this is good information. They're not worried about me, how I look, how my background looks, whatever. They're getting so much value in the thing that I'm talking about, that I'm teaching them, that now they are drawn into me, my content. They also probably have a question about the thing that I'm saying, which causes them to engage and comment. And then oftentimes it causes them to then follow me. They end up going into my bio, right? And grabbing our free training or joining our 3-day challenge or something like that. That is oftentimes what happens as I draw people into my content. And that's not like I'm trying to manipulate people. No, I'm teaching people what I know and giving them incredible value, but I'm positioning it in a way where I'm teaching them and they're like, this is my go-to person for TikTok tips, for business and marketing tips. I want more of her. I'm going to follow and I'm going to opt in and I'm going to purchase whatever it is she's selling. Okay. So you want to make sure that your content is structured in a way that does that for your people. The third thing you can do to position your brand on the TikTok platform for growth is, and now here's my disclaimer, you don't have to do this to have success, but I'm just giving you a tip just in case you want to use it, is you want to research any trends that are happening on TikTok that you can apply to your brand. There's this trend, this sound where I believe the person was like calling somebody and they were stuck on hold, right? And we all have that like hold music. Like you call the doctor's office and you have that hold music, right? And so there's this sound on TikTok and it goes, even when the sky comes falling, even when the shine don't shine, I got faith in you. Now listen, that's a real person's song, but the sound on TikTok is somebody singing it. They're holding their phone. They're just like, even when the sky comes falling, when the sky comes falling, even when the sun don't shine, I got faith in you and I. And so that became a thing on TikTok, but it also became a thing because there's this little effect on TikTok that shows only eyes and the mouth. So when you hear that sound on TikTok, you usually are seeing eyes and a mouth and then text on screen. And so, for example, like I love Chipotle, so I'm always talking about Chipotle. Chipotle can use this in a way of somebody like sitting in their car waiting for 9 a.m. when Chipotle opens, or somebody that's like sitting at their desk at work and they're like, even when the sky comes fall, waiting for lunchtime because they brought Chipotle to work or for lunch, right? And so when you think about these things, they seem really dumb, but when you like, if it's a thing that is happening on TikTok and there is a way to apply that particular trend to what it is your business and your brand does, then that's something that you can utilize because it's a part of the culture. People understand it. And again, like I said, in point number 2, it draws people in, right? So there have been so many times where I have seen an ad on TikTok from a major brand, and they use some type of sound or something they said in a video that was an ad, and like a person that's not on TikTok doesn't get it, but they said it in their ad video, and it makes you go, what they know about that? Because you're like, did McDonald's just talk about the busted challenge or whatever it is, because like us as people that create content on TikTok, TikTok, there's a culture there. And so if you're learning how to use these trends on the TikTok platform to apply to your business and brand, you're going to find yourself with an audience of people that are like, you're cooler than other people. So like yesterday, I was at a mastermind here in San Diego, and one of the ladies was like, we're in leadership and we teach ABCDEFG, but we're very fun people, but our marketing is very boring. How can we come on TikTok and have fun with the content that we create? And I'm like, it's very easy. I just have to show you what that looks like. And that person gets it. That person is like, yeah, we're tired of having our marketing look so boring when we really are not boring people. And that is what I'm saying as it pertains to trends. All right. Okay. So number 4, the fourth thing that you can do to position your brand for growth on TikTok is you can partner with other creators and channels on the platform, meaning that you can do a live stream on TikTok. Like for me, I teach TikTok strategies for businesses. I can partner up with another content creator who teaches TikTok, and we can do a live stream together where we take questions that are pre-approved, that are pre-submitted, and we're answering them, and we're giving people our business advice, giving people our business guidance. Or we could partner with a creator who is an influencer and they make their money through brand collaborations, but I'm a business consultant who also teaches TikTok. I could collaborate with an influencer, and then her audience or his audience is here, and then my audience is here, and I'm there. And this influencer could be asking me questions in a way where she or he is trying to learn, how to not just make money from brands, but how to also be a course creator, a consultant, or whatever, and make even more money, long-term automated money without having to create content. But also that influencer, I could actually have a list of questions for them, asking them, how do they position themselves to be able to make X amount of dollars from brands? Like what are some of their best brands contracts look like? What are some of their worst contracts look like? What are some of their best experience? What are some of the do's and don'ts if you get invited on a brand trip? Like they invite you like a different state or a different country or whatever. What happens is that when you go live on the platform, your audience sees it. But then when you go live with the other creator, their audience sees it. And so both of their audiences are seeing you all at the same time. So not only will you end up growing your account, but you'll just get more visibility to potentially more of your target customers than you could have if you did not collaborate with this creator. You can also do that outside of live stream. You can do that with a duet, right? Where you all have already thought it through and all that, and you create a video and they're going to duet your video. Or you guys can just do things offline where like you've created a part of the video and they've created a part of the video, and they've learned, y'all have like spliced the video together to be able to put out on the platform in that way. There's so many things you can do to be strategic with growing your brand and business on the TikTok platform, and collaboration is definitely one of them. We all know that collaborating is like huge anyway, but that's definitely one that you can do. And then the last thing that you want to do for this is you want to focus on valuable content, which is very similar to when I was talking about how your content is structured. You want to have valuable content. When I say that about valuable content is you want to be serving your audience through whatever it is you do. So let's just say you are a perfume brand. Obviously, your audience cannot smell you, but in what way can you create content that educates people on, let's just say this scent with this scent does X, Y, and Z, or this flower and this whatever does X, Y, and Z, or here's how to pair this flower bomb or whatever for Valentine's Day. You could be having an influencer who she's like getting dressed for a date and she's putting together this outfit with this, and she's got her, her whatever perfume she adds to that, okay, or whatever, right? Oftentimes for me as a creator, I'm often teaching people based upon the questions people have asked me in my comment section. So oftentimes people will see me post something on TikTok or somewhere else, and they'll come to the comment section and ask me a question. That's a great piece of content to create because somebody's asking about that. Instead of me like always having to think about new content ideas, I just take what's already, people are already asking me. But I can also do a search on the TikTok platform to see what are the top performing pieces of content in business, in online marketing, in course creation, in TikTok marketing. What are the top things people are asking or searching for? And when I do things like that and create that type of content, it's valuable because the market has already said, hey, I have a question about this. all of us have questions about this. And if you answer this, you're going to answer this question for like hundreds, maybe thousands, and potentially even millions of people who have that same question. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed it on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. That way you're able to get notified every time we post a video every single Monday and Thursday. And if you are listening on the podcast, feel free to do us a huge favor and give us a 5-star rating and then write a review, because the reviews really do encourage me a lot, because oftentimes I can't hear from you guys because you only listen to me. But if you're writing a review, I can see how you're feeling about the show. Okay. So thank you so much for watching and for listening. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can just find the Keenya Kelly podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere you can listen to podcasts.